welcome to the programme. How important and exciting is this news about water being found on the moon?
Well, it's very exciting that it's found now, not just at the poles, because water had been found near the poles in deep craters that are never illuminated by the sun. But to find it also at lower latitudes, of course, is very exciting for the reasons you just described. That if we want to go to the moon and establish bases, we need water. And if we can resource water locally, of course, that makes it a lot easier to do that.
And Jacco, do we know where this water is coming from?
Not yet, no. There are various scenarios. One is that it could have been there all the time. We know that asteroids, which are much smaller versions of the moon, contain quite a lot of water. But the moon has formed probably because of a giant impact on the Earth, and so that water could have evaporated. So the idea is that maybe the water was brought to the moon later, for instance, by impacts from small pieces of rock, or even generated by the impact from energetic particles from the sun. They're called protons. They're essentially the nuclei of hydrogen. And so they could then have reacted to form water in the surface layers.
And what does this mean now, this news about water on the moon, mean for the next steps for moon exploration, space exploration?
Yeah, so the Artemis program is actually going to land near the poles. So they will be able to assess how much water is there, how easy it will be to extract. They will bring back material, of course, because there's not a lot of water there. So you would still have to extract it to get any decent amounts. It's not like there's flowing water. So yes, that's very exciting. And of course, already knowing that there are plans to go to the moon in a few years' time, now there will be a lot of progress on understanding more about where this water came from and how much there is and how easy it is to extract it.
And Jacco, talk to us about the fact that NASA hopes to establish a lunar base. When and what will it be doing with that base?
Yeah, well, of course, first steps are just to return to the moon in the first place. But yeah, to establish a base on the moon is a long-time aspiration from many scientists, because once you're having a base on the moon, it's much easier from there to explore the rest of the solar system. And this is interesting for science, but it's also interesting for mining, because there's a lot of material that you can find on the moon, and especially asteroids, that's much more difficult to extract on Earth. So there are various interests in going to the moon. Of course, they have already a lot of experience with operating a space station, International Space Station. So in that sense, there are a lot of challenges that have been overcome. But if you want a base on the moon to be self-sufficient, then of course you have to somehow get all the water and the oxygen locally transported from the Earth.
All right, we will leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Jacco van Loon, astrophysicist. Thank you very much for that.